guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel. Today is the part 2. I don't know if you saw the part 1 already, but if not, watch the part 1 because this is not gonna make no sense to you if you don't understand. This is actually part 3, my bad. I'm so lost, but this is gonna be like the part 3 of this. So I have 1, 2, and 3 up. But yeah, okay, so where was I? Yeah, okay, so I got my friend unevicted, and this is how I got my friend unevicted, okay? So, basically, he told her she was evicted, and then I was like, what the fuck? Make sure you tell him that he just destroyed your room right now, because he really fucked up by destroying her room. Like, you really when you do something wrong, it really fucks up you. Like, you have to be in the total right if you want things to go your way. You can't be doing wrongs, okay? Because you were in the right until you motherfucking did that shit, okay? So he destroyed her room, which you cannot do. You cannot destroy someone's room. So I said, make sure you tell, like, the landlord he destroyed your motherfucking room and that you're really mad, but you didn't, like, you didn't tell the police anything, whatever, because, you know, you just want to resolve it. And he, you know, he was like, what? He destroyed your room? And I sent her videos of it because I took videos of it because I made sure to get the motherfucking videos right the fuck away. And she sent it to him, and she was like, what the fuck? Like, he never told me this. Yeah, he never told you that because he's only telling you one side of the story and a false side of the story, okay? So he's like, you know what, don't touch anything, or he's like, don't do anything, like, to him or whatever, like, don't do anything. I'm gonna come down in a week, and we're gonna sort this out. So he's like, you're unevicted, like, you know, you might have more time, like, we don't know. So I'm like, okay, you at least have more time, like, you know, you're not officially evicted yet, so now we got time. Okay, fast forward a week, like, we hear the landlord's coming, so everyone's kind of like cleaning, like, kind of like, you know, keeping it clean, whatever they want to do upstairs. Actually they didn't really have it that clean, like, the garbage is all over the place, whatever. But anyway, so, you know, we're like, we don't know when he's coming. Okay, eventually comes down. So he gets here. And we're like, oh, we don't know how this is going to go down. We don't know about the discussion. Like, we want to have this discussion, right? But we also have, like, she has work. Guppy has work. Like, people have work. People have places to be, whatever. They got time. They're here all day. So, they don't got no motherfucking jobs. Okay, living off the CERB, motherfuckers. So, he gets here. Then we're like, when is this conversation going to happen? So, eventually, like, you know, we're all chilling together. It's like, we chill with, we chill with the landlord sometimes, like, whatever, but, like, no one's discussing anything. Like, it's almost like it didn't even happen, okay? So I'm like, what the fuck? So one time we're upstairs, they call us upstairs to come chill, so we think, okay, now the talk is, like, gonna come down. And they don't like her upstairs, so she thought it was funny, like, oh, are they gonna kick me out? Like, kick me downstairs now, motherfuckers? Like, what are you gonna do? You know, because he's here. You're not gonna say, oh, she can't be there now, but it's just kind of funny. Anyway, so we're all upstairs. We're all, like, kind of sitting, waiting, but, like, one person's not there. And, like, no one's talking about anything. We're all just kind of, like, high, like, getting, like, smoking, whatever. And, like, no one's talking about anything. And then eventually, like, my mom wants to come over to, like, drop off this table and stuff. Like, there's, like, things we want to do. If we're just sitting, not doing anything, like, the fuck is this? So no one ended up talking about anything. Nothing got resolved. And I was like, okay, you know what? Like, we need to talk. Me, her, and Guppy, or whatever, whoever wants to be there, needs to talk to him without trouble 1, trouble 2 being there, because maybe, like, that's what's awkward, is the fact that he is there, you know? Maybe no one, like, because no one in this motherfucking house wants to speak up, because, like, everyone wants to keep it mutual, whatever, they don't want to start no problems, you know? Which is fine, I get that, because at the end of the day, you have to live with these people, so, you know, like, no one wants to say anything. Then the next day, I'm like, so she's getting her hair braided, whatever, I'm in the room, and then he's, like, leaving. He has to leave, because it's been a few days, and now he has to go back to, where he, like, because he lives in a different city now, right? He moved to Calgary, so I'm like, hey, no, we have to get this resolved, because, like, nothing's gonna get resolved. So we're all chilling downstairs in the living room, and then she's, like, texting him, like, oh, I don't want him here. Like, she texts the landlord, oh, I don't want them down here because they don't let me upstairs, whatever. So then he's like, okay, like, I think you're gonna have to leave because you're, like, causing problems or whatever. Because, like, you know, I told her, like, don't text the landlord. He doesn't want to hear any of that. Like, let them text the landlord so that it, like, seems like they're the only ones with the issue, you know what I mean? Like don't, like, if they're down here, just let it be, whatever. And if you're upstairs, just ignore it. I shouldn't chew gum, actually. I'm not gonna chew gum because I'm like, you know. Yeah, they don't like her upstairs, so they tell him all the time. So I'm just like, let them be the annoying ones, whatever. So that he feels like she's causing the problem. So he's like, hey, you're gonna have to go out. I'm like, she's like, oh, that's not fair. Like, blah, blah, they're all having problems. Like, I'm like, okay, everyone needs to speak up in the house and, like, let him know that he is the one that's causing the issues, because it really is looking like it's just her, when really that's not how it is. So I said, you know, calm downstairs. I'll come talk to him for you, because clearly you don't know what to say. Like, you don't know what to, like, do in the situation, which is fine. Like, I just feel like I have to speak up for you, or else you're gonna be out of this house. So he is like, okay, I'm coming downstairs, whatever. So I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll come talk. So me, her brother, and her are downstairs, and then the landlord's supposed to be coming downstairs, and guess who is following behind him? Trouble 1, but his girl's not with him, so Trouble 2 staying upstairs, whatever, which is fine. So I was like, okay, I didn't know he was gonna be there, but I didn't say anything. I was just like, you know what, if he wants to be here, then he needs to be here for this. It's fine with me. Like, I have no problem, because I'm actually gonna motherfucker, like, I'm not a pussy. I don't care whoever's there. I'm gonna say what needs to be said now. So my man's at work, so he didn't know this. He was waiting for this conversation too, and he was like waiting for it, because this is some tea. Like, we were excited for this conversation. So he was kind of upset he missed it, but whatever. So we all sit down, and you know, they didn't really like, I don't think he even knew how to start it. So, you know, I was just like, okay, so clearly there's some issues in this house that needs to be resolved. We need to find a way to resolve them, you know, like what needs to be done for this to be resolved. So Trouble 1 starts, and he's like, yeah, I don't want her in this house. Like, you know, she's causing problems, whatever. She, like, I don't know, she's like, I just don't want her, he's like, I just don't want her in the house. And then I said, okay, like, he's like, oh, she, like walking in the room, like, what, she, like, walking in the room, like, who does that, whatever. And then I was like, okay, first of all, you used to be friends. Like, before we came in this house, you were friends with her, and then she brought her friend along, and that's how you guys met. Like, you met your girlfriend through her, so you guys were all hanging out before, and she was just coming in your room. Like, that's where you guys would hang out, your room. She wasn't moved in at this time, right? So he's in, like, La La Land a little bit. Like, he's a little bit, like, I don't know what's wrong with him up there, but, like, he's really convinced himself that, like, I don't know what the fuck he convinced himself, but, like, he told the landlord, because at first this is how it was, is the girls were just coming over, and, you know, the landlord even just said, like, yeah, bro, like, I literally saw you guys were all hanging out when I was here, like, you guys would all hang out. So, like, she didn't know when the boundaries, like, crossed, because they started secretly dating, and then one day he was just like, why are you walking in my room? Like, you're not allowed to do that. Like, as if you guys weren't taking turns sleeping in the same bed or whatever, or, like, some of the times you guys would sleep on the couch, like, as if you guys weren't doing that, you know? And then he was like, oh, no, like, she started living downstairs. And then I said, I don't know when, because I know he didn't tell, because the landlord moved out, and he didn't tell the landlord that these girls were, like, sleeping over, showering and stuff. So I don't know what he told him, but then he told us, oh, I told the landlord, like, they're moving in now, it's all good. So I said, right in front of the landlord too, looking right at him, with her brother and him in the room, I said, I don't know what you told him, but they were moved in here before you told him. Because he was like, oh, so they were staying in here before they were paying me rent, because I got rent on, like, July or June, whatever. And I said, I don't know what you told him, but I know they were moved in before he was aware, and they were taking turns sleeping on the couch, showering in your room, etc., before she decided to get the room down here. So he, like, kind of was quiet, like, after that, like he didn't really say anything to that or whatever. And then I was like, okay, so, basically I just, like, aired out everything that happened. So I was like, I don't know, maybe you need to, I basically said, like, you know, I can't speak for the other guy in the house, but I heard you guys arguing just today, because I heard them arguing before the landlord got here about the garage, because what happened was with the garage is that he ended up renting out the garage, and he had his car in there, like that I spoke about in the first video. So they were arguing about the garage or whatever, because his car's in there, so he has to get his car out, and he doesn't have a place to put his car because it's not plated, whatever, so he rented out the garage, you know, etc. So I heard them arguing today, and I said, like, I don't know about you, but maybe you should figure out, actually, no, I didn't say that yet, because, I don't even know, like, this happened a while ago, so I gotta, like, make sure I'm saying this right, but, like, anyway, actually, first I said, I aired out all his business, and I said, you and him have, like, we're just arguing upstairs. I know that he's messy. I know that you, like, he gets upset about people for not cleaning, and, like, it's messy or whatever, and he gets mad at everyone, like, not me or anything, but, like, my boyfriend and, like, the people upstairs. So I'm like, I understand, like, Guppy's not the cleanest person either, so I get it, cleaning up after people, like, you know, I don't like that, but you and have been arguing, you have problems with, or sorry, you have problems with her brother, you have problems with her, you have problems with this guy upstairs, you have problems with everyone in the house. So I said just like this, I said, you have problems with everyone in the house, so maybe you should just think about if this is the house for you. And he, like, really took it in. He was like, the fuck? And I was like, yeah, maybe you should see if this is the house for you. And, like, you know, I understand about the cleaning and everything, but I said it nicely. I said it, like, really mature in a nice way, like, get the fuck out, pretty much. So I said, maybe you should see if this is the house for you. Because, you know, you're a clean person and the people upstairs aren't clean. So, like, do you even want to be here? Like, because you're the only one really stressing. So then, like, God, it was so long ago, I should have done the story, like, closer to when it happened, but, he basically was like, to her brother, you're really quiet, you're not talking, and he was like, I don't really have anything to say, like, you know, you did hit me, like, that night, whatever, like, he was more quiet, but he was like, yeah, like, we have problems with you. And then the landlord is basically like, you're all equal to me, you know, her brother's my bro, too, you know, you called his, like, sister a bitch, like, that's not cool either, like, that's not cool. And he's like, yeah, you're right, like, sorry, like, that's not cool, whatever. So then it was kind of quiet, and I was like, okay, so what needs to be done here? Because no one was saying it, so I was like, okay, so what needs to be done? And then the landlord was like, yeah, so we need to resort something out. And then, I look at him and I said, so what is it, like, you know? And he's like, are you okay with her staying here? Like, the landlord was like, are you okay with her staying here? Like, can you guys work it out? Can you be, because I said, you know what happened, like, I understand what happened between you guys, but now you guys need to just, like, okay, you guys are separate, you guys moved on, like, you guys are done, now we need to stay out of each other's businesses, whatever. And he's like, yeah, like, bring the parents in, aren't cool, whatever. And, like, we all agreed, like, no one's gonna bring no parents in or nothing, so everything, like, is resorted, right? And he's like, I'm pretty sure, like, his girl, like, because they're ex-friends, you know, like, they're ex-friends, so I don't think, like, his girl is, like, upstairs waiting for him to, like, he's probably like, yeah, I got this, I'm gonna get her kicked out, blah, 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 like, texting her, whatever, while she's upstairs. So then he's like, yeah, I'm not, if she doesn't move out, I'm gonna be moving out. I have to give my notice. I'm like, okay. So I look at her. He's moving out. If you don't move out, are you gonna be moving out? And then she was like, no, I'm staying. So then the landlord was like, Kate, so that's what happened. You're giving your notice and you're moving out by January. As soon as he said that, he looked straight down at his phone. He was in the conversation the whole time. As soon as he said that, looked right down at his phone. Guarantee he's texting his girl, shit, like, they just got me kicked out or whatever. Like, I don't know what the fuck he said to her. I don't know what the fuck he's texting, but that's what it seemed like. And he was silent the rest of the time. And I was like, okay, so, like, that's what's good. And everyone, like, got up. They went upstairs. He would look pissed as fuck after. And I was just like, but it had to be motherfucking said. So, yeah, the guy upstairs missed the conversation, and Guppy missed the conversation. So then later that day, like, that's, like, what happened. So she was unevicted, and he apparently gave his notice. So basically, I ever since then, me and that guy's never talked. Like, you know, like we used to like kind of hang out with Guppy, whatever, but like we haven't like talked with him. I'm pretty sure he's like not cool with me ever since then. But I said what needed to be said. I said in the nicest ways possible. I gave him the choice. Like, it wasn't me like saying, oh, you gotta get out. I'm saying like, can you be mature and resolve this issue, or you're gonna have to get the fuck out. And you chose to get the fuck out. I'm pretty sure he thought his homie was gonna have his back and be like, okay, you know, you're out. Like, you know, he's not, he like, you know, he was like, no, bitch, you gonna have problems, you get the fuck out. That's how it went down. Like, we're all mature here, we're all adults. So that's what happened. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure like he's not gonna move out. Like, it comes to January, I'm gonna be like, oh, why didn't, like, I don't know, I'm not gonna say anything. Like, I've never really said anything to him since then, but like, I'm pretty sure he's not gonna move out, because I think that was a bluff. Like, he's just bluffing to try and get her out. But yeah, she's unevicted now. She moved her bed in, everything's good now. But like, you know, that was kind of funny. I really thought it was funny. Yeah, so that was the story of that, and that's how it's going right now. And then he did the shower curtain today, so I think he's petty as fuck. So we're gonna see if he's gonna move out. And then also the guy downstairs later that day came down and was like, yo, I heard like so you had the big balls in the house to fucking say something. Finally someone said it, because like literally someone needed to fucking say it. And I was like, I got you, okay? It had to be done, it had to be said. And that's it, period. So everyone's like, yay, like, she got him out, you know. But we all know he's probably not gonna be moving out, so we'll have to see. So that is the whole story of that. I'll let you in on updates. Like, let's see if he's gonna move out comes to January, New Year. We'll see. And that is all for this video. Like, comment, subscribe. You already know what it is. What? Bye.